surface, freeform extrude. Extrude curves and surfaces along a vector. Drop that onto your canvas. It's just asking for the geometry, profile, curve, or surface. In this case, we're giving it the planar surface, and it's asking for the extrusion direction or distance. So we're going to create a z vector, like we did in the last one. You get a vector, vector, unit z, and that unit z is going to be affected. Its factor of multiplication is going to be affected by the distances that we used before for the radii. In this case, you don't have to divide it because we want big heights this time, so we can use these larger values. So you'll plug the output from the d into the f of the vector component, and you're going to plug the v vector into d for the extrude component. And what you'll see is this here. So this is kind of cool. You end up with extruded points that are based off of the distance from the vectors. So let's say that I come back here, and this might be slow on my computer. You change the attractor, we'll go back to 0.75. That's going to change all those distances. There you go. And we'll go to 0.5. And if your computer is fast and you really want a couple of different iterations, you can pull this slider along, bake it, pull it along, bake it, pull it along, bake it, and that way you'll get a couple different iterations, and you can check with your designs if this is what interests you. Okay. So what's also kind of interesting, we can color these based off of the distances as well. So I'll just do this fairly quickly. So I'm not sure I have a good file set up for the coloring. But let's just do, we'll just do a gradient. So if we go under params, special gradient, and then we'll also need params preview, which is custom preview here, sorry. And then you'll plug this as your shader, and your geometry is going to be these extrusions. And what this is asking for is the lower limit of the gradient range and the upper limit of the gradient range. So I believe long gradient range, in this case we just have pink. If you want to set the gradient, you can double click on this. I believe they have preset ones. Oh no, I lost it. So we'll just set it from yellow to red, how it is now. That's good. Oops. I'm going to keep this at yellow. And this will go from yellow to red. And for the lower limit and the upper limit, I believe we can plug in our distances. Actually, I think we'll have to do a domain, the bounds. This will give us our lower limit or up limit. So if we do a list item, so this bounds is under math, domain, bounds. And this is your lower limit and your upper limit. And then if we go to sets, list item, we want the index value 0, and then we want to copy this. We want to change the second one, index value, right click on I, set integer, change to 1. So again, right click on I, set integer, change to 1. So this should give us our, oh no, that's not going to work either. Interesting. Okay, well what we're going to do is I'm going to figure this out, and then I'm going to shoot another short video on how to color this. I apologize for this. I haven't done the coloring in a while. So you can forget about this preview for the moment, and you can mess around with your extrude component, and then I will get back in a minute and get the rest of it. Thanks.